ago today, I stood on the steps of the Supreme Court to read for the first time in the world, the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. Roe and Casey are overruled. For many, that moment might have seemed like the culmination of my work, of your work, of the 1,400 Students for Life chapters across the nation, and the work of so many heroes who ensured we reached that day. Heroes like the first black woman to graduate Harvard Medical School, Dr. Mildred Jefferson. Heroes like a homemaker named Phyllis Schlafly, a president, Ronald Reagan. Activists like Joe Schuyler and Nellie Gray, and a former abortionist, Dr. Bernard Nathanson. But for us, those of us who were born under the threat of legal abortion, the pro-life generation, it wasn't the twilight of our mission, friends, but a new dawn for our nation. Life is indeed winning in America, as 25 states have laws on the books that now protect preborn children when they begin to feel pain at 12 and a half weeks, when their little heartbeats can be heard, or the moment their very life began at conception. However, in all honesty, we must acknowledge that we are, in fact, living in the divided states of America. Divided states. A nation of free-to-born states and others that are free to kill. A nation where a person's location determines if they will survive the abortion gauntlet as we did. A nation of walking wounded men and women suffering from past abortion decisions that are being gaslit from the abortion industry. A nation where far too many young mothers and fathers still do not know where to turn in a moment of crisis that doesn't prescribe the death of their child. A nation that has seen our government set loose upon all of us. Those agencies like the FDA and the DOJ that are supposed to help us, but instead are ensuring the end of safety regulations for chemical abortion pills that lead to injury, infertility, and death of women. That aid sex abusers that are polluting our environment. They're closing their eyes to the hate crimes against our churches and our pregnancy centers. Friends, these divided states will not stand. For I believe Mr. Lincoln was right. We will become one thing or another. And that one thing must be in America, where every human being is recognized as the unrepeatable person as they are, with equal rights and equal protection under the 14th Amendment, guaranteed. Not because of what state their mother resides in, or if they are perceived to be convenient, or the circumstances of their conception. We've gathered here today, young and old, rich and poor, white, brown, black, Christian, Jewish, non-religious, because we seek United States of America. A United States where every child, every little boy and girl is welcomed in life and by our acts of service and by law. Friends, we're here today for them. For 49 years, we suffered under the tyranny of Roe. And we did just as Mr. King instructed us to do. We refuse to believe that the bank of justice is bankrupt. And we do so now, in this new dawn, as we eagerly await this high noon, when the sun will shine over every town and every state throughout our land. As we wait for the sun to rise, we do as the book of Matthew commanded. We, the pro-life generation, must bring our light, holding candles to shine light throughout our land. We will shine our lights on the darkness of the abortion industry, on the discriminatory violence that Planned Parenthood and abortion vendors practice 2,000 times a day. We will shine our light on campuses, online, in churches, and even door to door about the social safety net our movement has supported and sustained, with nearly 3,000 pregnancy centers and maternity homes for women in crisis. We will shine our lights in the halls of each state capital, demanding laws that save lives, protect children, and aid mothers in crisis. And today we gather to shine our light right here in Washington, D.C., ensuring those who seek the privilege to serve here at the capital of a nation founded on the principles that all have the fundamental right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, that they have the courage to resist fake promises and false compromises. For we demand protection at conception, human rights when human life begins. And we will not grow weary, we will not rest until high noon comes. And even then, we will work to ensure that the sun never sets on human rights for all human persons in America. Mr. Lincoln reminded us of this. He said, "We shall not fail if we stand firm. That wise counsels may accelerate or mistakes may delay it, but sooner or later the victory is sure to come. High noon, equal rights for all, born and preborn, is coming to America. The sun will shine on every mountaintop and in every valley, and every child at last, will be free to be born." Thank you.